I act on behalf of the blind. The blind will not know my acts, nor the acts of those like me. My reward is safety, little else. I know, therefore I act. Nathaniel Ingram, 1806, Oath from the Mount of Thistles. What is the Wayward Society? The Wayward Society is an ensemble of various specialized outfits, spread all across the North American continent under the command of the Great Circle, and risk their lives for the safety of human society under the motto I know, therefore I act. The Wayward Society is responsible for several tasks that ensure the safety and well-being of society. These tasks include, but are not limited to, the hunting or eradication of several types of dangerous creatures, objects, and entities commonly referred to as aberrations. The control and investigation of aberrations for a better understanding of their existence. The destruction of the malicious type of entities known as cryptids and evergreens. The elimination or recovery of any objects with anomalous properties, commonly referred to as artifacts. The investigation of artifacts whose properties may benefit the Wayward Society or the human race itself. The banishing and quelling of malicious intangible entities known as specters and metaphors. The concealment of any and all anomalies from the public eye to evade massive hysteria amongst normal people. The fulfillment of these responsibilities lies in the actions of warders, brave men and women who have taken off the blindfold that kept them ignorant to the existence of these anomalies, and fight day to day against the forces that plague this world. While some warders do their jobs voluntarily, others strive to make this as their full-time job. In those cases, many contractors offer bounties for the hunt of any aberrations that may roam across their lands, giving great opportunities for warders to receive voluminous rewards in exchange of their sacrifice. Some may take it upon themselves to deal with an aberrant in their local area, doing their local community a service and furthering the society mission. On this site, you will find different articles that depict all kinds of creatures and anomalies, which are compilations of experiences from previous warders who have faced danger and come out to tell about it, making it easier for others to find information about a specific creature or object. Although the various data collection centers have parsed through the information as best as they can, not all articles are written uniformly due to differing regional styles. These articles can be expanded by any warders who wish to contribute to the cause, as long as all the information is true and is told from experience. Explanation: this recording contains more in-depth explanation of how to interpret the aberration catalog components, and the terminology found on the site. It is necessary to read this section to understand what the Society and the articles are talking about. Aberration, aberrant, simply put, these are creatures or objects that don't act normally. In the context of the Society, this means they, most of the time, exhibit anomalous and unnatural properties. What constitutes an aberration or a normal animal is a hot debate, though it's accepted that aberrations are things not accepted by mainstream science. Warders, the backbone of the Society. These are the foot soldiers that catch a run of the aberrant. Usually you will see these type of units hunting wide to orange severity aberrants. Oftentimes, warders will opt to live off the grid and use code names, but this is not always the case. Outfit, a group of warders who have banded together to hunt an aberrant. These groups are in charge of keeping aberrants in their localized areas in check. Specialized outfits could potentially be constantly traveling as reports of sightings or requests are given to them on a daily basis. Red Rider, an inexperienced warder. This is a warder who thinks they can go out with a Red Rider BB gun and hunt down Bigfoot with it. Rangers, an experienced and seasoned warder who has shown themselves to be a master at accomplishing the Society's will. Usually you will see these units being the leader of large outfits and hunting red to black severity aberrants. Norman, a term of endearment by some and loathing by others, Normans are the colloquial Society nickname for those who lack the knowledge of the supernatural and paranormal. Normal Norman knows little to nothing about how things really work out in the woods. Data Collection Center. These are the places which, eponymously, collect data. The articles you read are usually compiled in these places as they distribute information on aberrations. At times, they may pass along bounties for killing or collecting aberrations, usually from the Bureau or for private study from society members. As soon as a successful hunt is accomplished, the logs for that hunt is incorporated into an article. This creates the potential for varied logs and the ongoing development of tactics. The Great Circle. These members make up the highest echelons of the society. While all warders have access to almost all information of the things they hunt or procure, these top-ranking members have access to articles and information currently forbidden for regular viewing due to their implications. Members at this standing display a level of skill and valor that sets them apart from the regular ranger. They have been described as ominous and very secretive, keeping even their code names unknown to the regular warder, instead opting to use generic names. They are also collectively considered to be the leaders of the society and coordinate all of the data collection centers. The current mechanisms for selecting new members of this group are kept a secret and seemingly happen at random. The Bureau, a term for the paranormal-oriented agencies, one of the United States and Canadian government that assists the society once in a while. Like the society, these agencies are secretive and perhaps even deal with other organizations separate from the Wayward Society. Oftentimes these groups will use their governmental influence to help the society stay under the radar, provide the society with information on potential aberrants, and even partially fund projects essential to the execution of the Wayward mission. However, this alliance can only be described as shaky at best. Fringe. Fringes are outsider organizations or factions, sometimes used to refer to rogue groups within Warder Society or even larger organizations that are not aligned with warders. Every aberration is assigned a category designation within the society. As more aberrations were being discovered and catalogued, a new way of differentiating the types were needed. The 5 categories, cryptid, artifact, metamorph, specter, and evergreen, accomplishes this. There was no standard format of categorization before the Wayward Society catalogs were established. These categories have now recently become the standard for most of the society. Follow them when cataloging the society's knowledge on the spirits, beasts, and relics it encounters. Cryptid. Cryptid-type aberrations are entities with physical forms. Aberrations of this type don't necessarily have to exhibit any magical or anomalous properties, but some do. A lot of urban legends such as El Chupacabra, Mothman, and the Jersey Devil would be classified as this type of aberrant. Even more so, a cryptid covers physical beasts, plants, microbes, fungi, or most creatures that have a form in the physical world. A virus could even be placed in this category. Artifact. These aberrations are defined as, most of the time, inanimate objects that have some sort of special property. In some cases, they can also be a particular zone or area of land. An example of what would be an artifact would be the Holy Grail or Moses' staff. Physical but inorganic things go into this category. Note that it is completely possible for an artifact to be animate but not alive in the traditional sense. Metamorph. These aberrations are defined as non-physical, non-human entities. A metamorph's existence is metaphysical in nature, but they can manifest in the real world. Oftentimes rituals are used to deal with these types of aberrations, or the destruction of any objects that they may be tied to. Examples of what would be considered a metamorph are divine deities, angels, demons, and nature spirits. Unexplained phenomena that manifests in the physical world can also be categorized as metamorphs. Many mythological creatures and figures would be considered metamorphs. Metamorphs can commonly possess other creatures or objects, but are still categorized as a metamorph. Specter. A specter is defined as an aberration who once existed in the physical sense, but now only exists an echo of their former selves. Oftentimes these entities are anchored to objects or places. Each particular specter has their own behavior and properties. Usually these incorporeal entities are contained, banished, or appeased. Oftentimes some specters require multiple expulsions or methods of appeasement until a certain condition is met to fully be rid of it. Evergreen. Even in the world of aberrations, evergreens embody the definition of truly bizarre. They are a class of aberrant unique to themselves, like a lone everlasting pine tree standing alone in a snowy field. While not necessarily immortal, They are entities that are so strange they stand out from other categories and can withstand the tests of time. As a result of their uniqueness, they are poorly understood by warders. Examples of evergreens are Cthulhu, Data from Star Trek, or the Zone from A Roadside Picnic. A designation marker on white means the aberration can be easily controlled or destroyed. Poses a non-existent to low threat to warders or Norman. A blue designation means the anomaly proves harder to control than white threats, and has caused or can cause a low number of deaths or minor injuries to the Wayward Society or Norman. Poses low to moderate threat for warders and Norman. Orange advises care when handling aberrations of this designation. The aberration has caused or can cause multiple deaths or major injuries among the Wayward Society or Norman, and needs an experienced outfit to be controlled or destroyed. Poses a moderate to high threat to warders and Norman. A red threat level indicates the aberration has caused or can cause a severe number of deaths. It can also cause mass panic among Norman society if its existence is revealed. Should be controlled/destroyed as soon as possible by 2 or more medium-sized, experienced outfits. Poses high to extreme threat for warders and Norman. An aberration assigned black threat level has caused or can cause complete devastation of entire ecosystems, or destruction over a large-scale area. It can also account for a powerful aberration that is best left dormant or unbothered, or perhaps one that is too powerful to be stopped under normal circumstances. It should be controlled or destroyed immediately by large-scale experienced outfits, and could warrant the attention of the Great Circle. Poses an extreme threat to warders, Norman, and ecosystems. When looking for the current status of an aberrant, it might be a little hard to ascertain that information from the article itself. These will clarify the status of a particular aberrant and are the evaluations of the data collection center in charge of the article. Note that these may not be accurate in all cases due to aspects of an aberrant which may not have been documented yet. Active, prominent. This aberrant is alive and well. It is very active, and the society has noticed. Active, unknown. This aberrant is most likely active, but it is unknown how active it is or where it might be currently. Inactive, pacified. The aberrant is active, but it isn't going to do humanity any harm or be noticed by regular people due to either its inherent nature or the fact that the society is keeping it in check. Inanimate artifacts usually go in this category. Inactive, destroyed. The aberrant is killed, no longer active, or has been harmed to the point where it will never show signs of activity again. Subscribe for more videos of the Wayward Society.